Hey guys, it's Kim with Art Classes for Kids, and today I'm here with Lily. And you know, everybody's at home right now from school. We're at home too, and we're making videos for you. So today, and we also have Lily's twin brother, Jet. Jet, come here and wave really quick. Jet's behind the camera. He's our director. Where you at, Jet? Here comes Jet. There's Jet. Okay, Jet, back to your duties. Anyways, so today we are going to be doing an oil pastel abstract drawing inspired by
Jean DuBuffet.
And if you've never heard of Jean DuBuffet is a French artist doing art about 100 years ago. He's known for his abstract art, and we'll be making this today. Let me zoom in a little. And you're going to need to gather your supplies if you haven't already. So what are you going to need?
The supplies that you'll need are some watercolor paper and some oil pastels. But if you don't have any of these materials, don't worry. You can also do this with some printer paper or some cardstock, white cardstock, and some crayons or markers.
So grab your supplies and get ready. And while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Jean DuBuffet. So like I said, he was doing this art about 100 years ago. And he is from France, and he did most of his work in Paris. And here's a picture of him. Hold that up. Little zoom in on you. So that's Jean DuBuffet. So he started with these shapes. They're very abstract. What do you see here, Lily? What do these remind you of?
Well, it kind of reminds me of camouflage or oddly shaped puzzle pieces.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what else do you notice about him, color-wise? Yeah.
Is that they all of these different examples all use the same exact colors.
Ooh, and they've got really bold black outlines, and they've got a stripe pattern. So this is how he began his art. Well, actually, a little bit before that, he was experimenting with figures and shapes, and he used a lot of textures. He was really into textures, so he added sand to his paint sometimes. So once he mastered this, he decided to turn it into figurative work. So these were his abstract figures. Here's one of his famous ones, and there's another one. And this is what our work is inspired by today.
And he also did these same exact things as sculptures in like local parks and museums. There's one in the museum.
Yeah.
And here's one in a local park.
So a local Paris park, because he was from Paris.
Yeah.
So you can see how he transformed something 2D into 3D. Okay, so if you're ready to get started, the first thing you're gonna need is a black oil pastel or crayon or marker. Okay, so grab that, and Lily's gonna be doing her art tabletop. I'm gonna scoot this stuff over a little bit. Let's see here. And I'm gonna do mine right here on a little table easel so you can see it really good. Okay, so we are gonna break this figure into parts. We're gonna have the middle of the body, the torso. We're gonna have the head. We're gonna have the arms and the legs. We're gonna start right in the middle, and we're gonna have the torso. So the torso is that part of your body that has the organs. So we're gonna start, we're gonna make a blobby shape. All his shapes had wavy in and out kind of elements to them. So we're gonna go right to the middle, and you're gonna make some kind of a blobby-ish kind of shape. That's gonna be mine. And you wanna draw dark. You wanna really press that black oil pastel so you get bold outlines. Nice. Okay. Once you've gotten your body, which, you know what? If you think you made it too small, here's a tip. Just add on, because it's all gonna be pieces later. I'm gonna make my torso a little bit bigger. So I added that extra bit.
I think mine is good.
Yeah. So go ahead, and you can always adjust. This is what I love about this project. There's no right and wrong.
Oh.
We're just gonna do an inspiration, so we're using his ideas to make our own. What happened there?
I'm adding more dark. I'm making my outline a bit more darker.
Okay. That's cool. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this torso and we're gonna divide it into at least 3 shapes. So we're gonna break it into, I've got 2 shapes already. So I'm gonna break it into maybe 1 more shape like that. So break yours into 3 shapes. Now, I don't know if you're home doing it all by yourself or you're doing it with a sibling, doing it with your parents or your grandparents, but if you need to wait for them at any time, then go ahead and darken in your lines while you're just waiting. Because the bolder it looks, the stronger it might, appear in the end. Okay, so I've got my torso broken into 3 sections.
I got mine broken into 3
Okay,
pieces also.
now I want you to take each one of these and now you're gonna make the smaller shapes within them. So the smaller shapes are kind of where they start looking like puzzle pieces. So maybe you have one that goes in and out like that. Maybe you have like a little hole in it somewhere. But I want you to add, or you just cut off a section. I just want you to break these into more shapes. But I don't want you to do the same thing every time. Don't make a wiggly line and then a wiggly line and a wiggly line. Alternate, make different things. And then this one can go like that, and then I'm gonna break it there. Oh, this one I think I'll break that in half. I don't want to have so many huge shapes. So now I've got, it looks like kind of like this wiggly quilt or something, I don't know. Okay, I hope yours is, looking pretty cool. Next. Let me see yours, Lily.
Making
yours looks good.
Darker.
Okay, now remember, if you get a lot of those little white spots, like I get, I kind of thicken those in by giving it a second coat. Okay, now we're gonna do the neck. The neck is just some small shape on the top of the torso. Something like, I'm gonna make mine kind of wiggly like that. I don't want it to look too human. Oh, you got a big old neck. Yours is like it's got a big scarf on it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, and next, we're gonna make the head. Now the head is gonna be some kind of a blobby shape. And you want it to be big. You want it to come maybe 1 finger space above or just below the top edge of your paper. But don't go off your paper, okay? So I'm gonna just make some shape like that. You don't want your head bigger than your torso because on a human, your head isn't bigger than your torso, right? Oh, that's cool. Now, once you've made your head shape, we're gonna make some shapes inside. So each of these shapes is gonna kind of represent something on your face. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make 2 eyes. Okay, your eyes don't have to match. They can just be 2 different shapes of blobs. Maybe mine are gonna be, kind of like when we did Picasso, how the eyes didn't match. Okay, so we've got these. Now we're gonna make some kind of shape for the nose. It doesn't have to be realistic. It can just be a shape, or it can be somewhere between a realistic and a geometric shape. So maybe I'm gonna make mine be like,
I'm making like a front nose.
I'm making mine like that. Making a front nose. And then, thicken up those outlines. And now we're gonna make the mouth. Make it big enough that if you want to put a shape in it, you can. So I'm gonna go like, I want mine to be a happy mouth. So I'm gonna go like, kind of like, you know what? Mine is like one side happy and one side sad. Mine's a frown on the left and smile on the right. No one can really do that. Okay, so now we've got these shapes. Now we're gonna add shapes within these small shapes. So for the eyes, what I want you to do is divide it into a couple of sections.
Wait, are we gonna do some eyebrows?
Eyebrows. Well, let's do, since I'm already doing this, let's do a couple shapes in the eyes and then we'll take the eyebrows next. Okay, you can tell Lily's done this before. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a circle like that and that. Okay, those are my eyes. Okay, eyebrows. If you can fit an eyebrow over each eye, go for it.
I'm
You're gonna add a lot of character.
I'm just gonna do some side eyebrows.
Okay, I'm adding one eyebrow to the top edge of the head.
Ooh, that looks cool. I might do that.
The other one's just kind of floating out there. Hopefully you guys are saying, hey, this is pretty easy. But easy doesn't mean that it's, not a very good work of art. Sometimes, great art is easy, So that's the one thing about DuBuffet. He wanted his art to look childlike. He wanted it to look effortless. Okay, so next what we're doing is we are going to divide the background of the face, the things that aren't the features, like the eyes, nose, and mouth, and into different shapes. You can just break it apart with a line, or you can make a shape, like a cheek shape in it, or connect a shape. When I made
my face, I kind of made it a weird shape, and it didn't really connect to the neck much, so I kind of added a piece.
You added on? Yeah. So now what we're gonna do is make sure that background of your face is broken up into pieces, because later we're gonna be coloring in each one of these shapes, and we don't want it to be this really big gigantic shape behind everything. That's looking good. Why is my nose itching? I don't know. Okay, so we're looking great.
Okay.
Next,
Looks good.
let's do either a hat or some hair. Something on top of the head. Like over here, you'll see there was some kind of shapes to the side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you don't have to do this to yours. This is just optional if you.
Yeah, here's another one of the heads to take a look at. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a couple of shapes sticking off like that. And then on this side, I think I'll go like down like that.
I don't have that much room. So.
Well, you can just have side hair if you want. You don't even have to have hair if you don't want to. Okay.
I like it like this, and I'm gonna keep it. It's
keep
good
it.
enough.
Keep it. You remember? You're making a lot of, of your own choices so that everybody's at home doesn't look alike, okay? But we will be able to tell who it was inspired by. Okay, so next what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these three shapes and you're going to add a shape or two to them if you made some hair shapes. So that's just all I'm gonna do. Okay, next we are getting to the limbs. Okay.
The limbs are like the arms and the legs.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the arms and the legs. What do you want to do first, Lily? Arms or legs?
We'll do arms.
We'll do arms. Okay. So we're gonna break the arms into 3 parts. We're gonna have the top part of the arm, the bottom part of the arm, below the elbow,
and then your
the
hand.
Okay. But the hand isn't gonna have a lot of detail. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a shape over here, a chunky shape. That's gonna be the top part of my arm.
And you can have your arm going any way. For my first arm, I'm gonna have it up, and then my second arm, I'm gonna have it down.
Oh, I'm having mine down. Okay. Don't make it too long, because you gotta have room for the other half of the arm.
And also, make it skinny, because now your arms are skinny.
Yeah, I made mine a little fat on this one. Well, I'll break it into shapes.
It's okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna make my arm bend up. So I already went down. Now I'm gonna go up. So now I'm gonna go up with another shape like that. But you can have it go down to your waist if you want, or to your figure's waist. And once you've done that, then you can add some kind of a chunky shape that's gonna be the hand. So maybe I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna add maybe 2 little funky finger shapes. Or you can just have one shape, like Lily did. Okay, now we're gonna get the other arm. So decide what the other arm's gonna do. They can match and be symmetrical, or they can be asymmetrical, where they don't match, and they're doing different things. So I'm gonna be asymmetrical. I'm gonna do different things. I'm going to make another little shape here, and I'm going to have my other weird blobby shape over there. And then I'm adding a hand. This one's gonna look kind of like a mitten, I think. And then I'm gonna thicken in those outlines while I'm waiting for Lily.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Oh.
My lines.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on, let me catch up. Okay, so we've got that. So now we've got our torso, our head, our hair or hat. We've got 2 arms, and now those arms, they need some shapes in them. So following the same rules as I gave you with the torso, give it a couple of shapes. And then divide up the background part of this shape. Maybe it goes like that. Maybe you've got that. And then I'm gonna go over to the other arm and add some shapes in it. You know, think puzzle pieces. Think rings and stuff. I'm gonna have like a shape within a shape, like that. And then I'm gonna go like that. And I'm gonna break that one in 2 shapes, like that.
Oh, and also you want to try your best to keep your drawing, the outside of your drawing clean.
Oh yeah, good tip.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you don't want to be, you will end up with black on your fingertips, but it'll wash out.
Like me.
But you don't want to hold your outside of your paper the whole time with your fingertips, because you'll get these like black grayish polka dots all over the place. So I usually touch the edges or use this part of the pad of my hand to hold down my paper, things like that.
Or I just try to keep one hand clean and one hand dirty.
Oh, okay, that's one way. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys have gotten some shapes in the arms. What are we doing next?
Next we are doing the legs and feet.
The legs and feet. So the legs are gonna be a lot like the arms, but they might be a little thicker, okay? You're gonna do 2 parts. You can have 2 straight legs that go straight down to the bottom of the paper. You could have a knee bent and a leg straight. You can have a knee bent and another knee bent, so it looks like it's running or dancing or something. I'm gonna go for the dancing, I think. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a crazy shape out here that's fat. I'm gonna make another shape, but it goes backwards like this. And I'm gonna have a little foot. I'm trying not to go off the bottom edge of my white paper. That's one foot, or one leg. Okay, while I'm waiting for you, I am going to thicken in my outlines and do both legs, okay? And now we're gonna do the other leg. So decide what you're gonna do. This one, I'm gonna have this one go down, and then I'm gonna have this one bend up and back, and then I'm gonna have this foot kind of stick out like that.
Mine's going past the paper.
Oh, okay. Anything goes. Okay, so this one, let's see.
And this is mine.
There you go. So now we've got this. So I bet you can guess what we're doing next. We are doing what you probably guessed, which is putting some shapes in the parts of the legs. So go ahead.
And then we'll get to coloring.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. So everything's better with a little bit of color. Okay. So we're gonna put some shapes in. I like these little kind of donut hole looking ones. Alrighty. Got some shapes here. I'm gonna make that one like a big wavy shape. And, oh, okay, let's see. Let's do a shape in here. Okay, another thing I want to see you do is whenever you make a mark, make sure when it ends, it's not out in the middle of a space. You end the mark at another black line, because that's like closing up your shape. And that's going to make it look kind of neat. Or neater. Okay, let's see. I think I've got mine bold enough. Okay, so we've got all our shapes. So at this point, guess what? You're done with the black. So go ahead and set the black down. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna decide, do you want it to look like that real strict color scheme that Jean DuBuffet used, where he only used black, white, and red and blue? So, or do you want to use black, white, because you've already done the black and white, and 2 of your favorite colors out of your pastel box?
For me, I'm not gonna do it like Jean DuBuffet, I'm gonna go with red and purple. So
Okay, well since she's going outside of the box, as we say, or doing her own thing, which I encourage, I'm gonna go ahead and do the Jean DuBuffet color scheme. So I'm going with blue, and I also have an extra red because she took the red from that set, and I've got a red right here, a little one. So choose your 2 colors, and then we're gonna get ready to start coloring.
My wrapping came off.
Oh, don't worry about it. So we have, on our example here, you'll see, we have some that are solids and some that are striped. And what do you notice about the stripes, Lily?
I noticed that they go in different directions, but they also are like parallel to each other.
Okay, so
Each
within
lines
a
are
shape, you would be staying parallel to mimic this style. But then different shapes, the parallel lines can go different directions. Sometimes vertical, sometimes horizontal, sometimes on a diagonal. So let's just give it our best shot. So I want you to take your first color. My first color is going to be blue. And I want you to color in 6 shapes solid blue. So pick them anywhere, but don't put them all in one corner of the body.
My first color is
Spread 'em
gonna
out.
be red.
Maybe each one of your limbs has your first color, and then you got another one in your face and in your torso or something. But you're gonna go for it. You need like 6 shapes. So go ahead and get started. And when you color, I just want you to color all the way to the outline of the shape.
And it's okay if you get a little black in your color. Just make sure that the black doesn't overpower your color. Like your color, like for
Like if you
example,
smear it.
red doesn't get all black.
Yeah, if that makes any sense. But I think it does. So what it means is if you've got that color, you don't want to rub it into the outline so bad that you can't even tell what color you started coloring with, right? Oh my gosh, I chose the biggest shape on this whole body to do my solid. That's
Wow.
right. I know.
That's good though.
And then
So the example, there's one big
it's really
spot
big,
right
yeah.
here.
So once you get it there, if you have time, go ahead and fill in the little white spaces where the paper still shows through on your drawing. Okay. So you're looking. I've done one. I've got about 5 more to go. Gosh, can I add? Yeah, 5 more. Okay. So while you're coloring, what else can we tell you about Jean DuBuffet? Jean DuBuffet, you can tell he's French because his name sounds French. He's from Paris. If you want to remember his name, I used to tell my students, I'm kind of hungry. I'm due to go to the buffet. Jean DuBuffet, okay? So you can also, Jean DuBuffet, like I said before, he really liked the idea of really free art that was childlike, and it didn't have to be, pristine, rendered, and look like a photograph. He really loved when it looked really organic, he said. He liked when it looked
Raw.
Yeah, he says a raw art. And in France, they would say art brut. And then that meant raw art. That was very, without rules. He really liked that when you just go and intuitively make a drawing. And so he was famous for that because at the time when he was doing this, also Picasso was famous and was making cubism, which was another kind of free form. So what do I got? I got 4. I need a couple more. I'm gonna do this
I have 4 also.
part of the face.
Oh, and also, are we gonna make some shapes in our neck?
You
neck
could.
is
My
pretty
neck is so small.
My neck's pretty.
She's got a big
so
old neck, so she can break it down into shapes.
I'm gonna break it down.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 1 more. I'm gonna go for an arm one.
if your neck is really big like mine, you can cut it up into a couple of shapes.
Yeah. So I'm just referring to these as shapes, or Lily thought that it looked like camouflage a little bit. And I can't remember if I told him this already, but he actually had a name for his shapes. He referred to all these wiggly shapes as cells.
Oh yeah, you did tell me.
I did, yeah. So I guess maybe they look a little bit like you know, in biology, like
cells in a body.
Yeah. You know, they have that wobbly shape. So are you on your last one?
Yes.
Okay, now after you've done 5. And
I did 6.
Oh, 6. After you've done 6, we're ready to use that same color, but do some parallel lines. So I'm gonna pick a shape that's big enough to do lines in. And I'm gonna start right here with this shape in this arm. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring this closer to you guys. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do parallel lines on a diagonal. That means they're going kind of downhill. You're not gonna slide. And they are all going the same direction.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
do my diagonal.
So once you get one shape in a diagonal, then what I want you to do is give me at least 5 more shapes with diagonal with that same color. So I think I'll do one here. Let me turn that around. Let me see how yours is looking, Lily. Everybody has a different drawing style, right? Lily is a close-up drawer. She's like right into it, right down there. Okay, so then you gotta get a few more. So I need to do at least 4 more. So I'm gonna do one over here.
How many are we doing? 6?
I say 6. You know, we're gonna do 6 of these. At the very end, we can look and see if we wanna add a few more, you know, once we've used our second color. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see this one. I'll go straight up and down this one. Okay, one more. Okay, this side didn't get any striped love. Let's give some over here. Okay. And there I've got my 6 diagonal shapes. How about you, girls? 1, 2, 3. How'd you tell?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, do a couple more small ones because you're running out of big ones. And after I've done that, I'm ready to pick my second color.
I'm also trying to like space out mine
Okay,
and not
do one in that arm.
too close.
So I want you to get your second color. My second color I said was going to be red because I was doing the DuBuffet color scheme. So now on my second color, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the first color. I'm going to do 6 solid shapes with my second color, which is red. So now I'm looking for them. Remember, I'm spreading them out all around so they're not all in the same spot. Doesn't matter if they're near your first color, you just don't want to have a bunch of red shapes all right next to each other. Okay. And let's do the tip of the shoe. 1, 2, let's do this hand. Okay, 3 more. Maybe I need some big ones. You know what? I think I'll do this area right here. Now remember, you know, you want to stay in the lines, but you don't have to be perfect. The only thing I really want to see everybody do is try not to have tons of fingerprints, black fingerprints all over them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 2 more. How about one right here? And one on the face. Should I do the lips? That's kind of obvious. Or should I do the hair? How about I do 2 small shapes? I'm going to do a cheek. And I'm going to do this little bitty spot over there. So now I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I've got 6 solids. Now I'm going to do 6 stripes. So the diagonal stripe or the horizontal or the vertical, but they're parallel within the shape. So I'll start right here and I'll do some vertical lines. See, my shape goes way down in here, so I'm gonna add an extra one right there. There you go. Got 5 more shapes to go. Hopefully you're thinking this is really easy. And I think it is. Okay, so let's see. Let's do some right here. Let's do some on the face. I'm gonna do some right here. There we go. And then, oh my goodness, let's see, where's a good spot? How about here? Just trying to spread out the stripes. Here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've done 6.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, but you know what? I feel like I need one on that arm. I'm gonna add another one. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Okay, I added another one. So once you get that many, I want you to just like take your picture, pick it up, take a look at it. You were really close up to it. Take a look at it from far away and bring it back and then say, hey, I think I'm gonna add a few more solids and a few more stripes. I've got these 2 colors. I wanna make this look like it's really, you know, a masterpiece. So I'm going to...
I broke mine.
You color hard, so you end up breaking them. So I'm gonna add a few more solids. I'm looking for areas where there's a bunch of white shapes and thinking, oh, I should color in one of those white shapes. So like this one here, I'm gonna color it in. Then I'm gonna go see if there's another cluster of white shapes. Oh, right over here. So I'll add that and maybe a few stripes this way. Here's another cluster of white shapes. I'll take one of those and make it solid red. And I got like a bunch of them over here. I'll make one of those solid blue right here. And I'll add red to this hand. So at this point, you're just looking at it and saying, how can I I always use the term tweak this and make it, you know, really good final touches. Okay? Whoa, Lily, you did it. Fingerprint girl. Okay. Yeah. So I better add some stripes to the face that are blue. I think I'll go here.
Oh, when my eyes turned black. So I was like coloring it and then it got black.
And then I'm gonna make this piece of hair right over here. And you know what? I want to color in one eye. I'm gonna color in that eye. And then I'll color in this eye blue. Okay. Gosh, do I need anything else? I don't know. Maybe I'll make this red. I haven't done anything to the neck. I'm just gonna leave it white. So I think I've done a lot of shapes now. I think it's looking pretty done. But my final touch that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my black and see where I can darken in any of the spots that had a bunch of like white dots running through them because I didn't press very hard. Or I might just go around the whole thing and make it bold while I'm waiting for Lily. You're almost done, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to hold yours up in a sec. Okay, I think mine's done.
Now make a couple more solid shapes.
Okay, now the finishing touch that I usually do is the signature. So I think you should sign it somewhere towards the bottom. I usually do the bottom corner. And you can write your full name, you can write your first name, or you can write your initials, or you can make up your artist name. Maybe it's not even really your name. You know, like Cause, like Banksy. That's not really their names, but that's the name they use in art, you know? So I'm gonna just put my initials, KB right here. You decide how you're gonna sign yours. If you want to date it, you can do that too, but you want that small. You don't want that to be bigger than your art. So, oh my gosh, let's put today's date in. Today's 3/23. I'm pretty sure it's 23.
Yeah.
Let's double check. Yeah, 3/23 and 20. We're gonna look back at this one day and say this was a famous day in history when we should have been at school, but we're at home in quarantine. You know, trying to help. What do you say? Flatten the curve. And well, it's true. We're doing our part to keep ourselves and everyone else healthy. So this is so much fun getting to share my art with you while you're at home. I can't wait to see how your Jean DuBuffet turned out. So if you want to learn more about Jean DuBuffet,
Jean. Not John.
Not Jean. That would be the English version. But in French, we say Jean, and we say, right? Okay? So I want you to look this artist up if you get bored one day and see what the rest of his art looks like. And Lily, let's get ready to hold yours up.
Wait, I'm writing my date.
You writing your date? 3/23/20.
And my initials.
Okay? And what I would love to see you do, well, let's see Lily hold hers up.
Mine has a lot of fingerprints on it.
Oh, that's all right. Okay, so let's hold them up together. Put your side, make sure we can see you too. There you go. Oh, you have yours off to the side. So this is how ours turned out, and we would love to see how yours turned out. And what should they do?
Well, you guys, if you want to send your picture to us,
We'd love to see it.
We would love to see it. You can email it to us at kim@artclassesforkids.com, or you can tag us on Instagram with Art Classes for Kids, and hopefully we'll see your drawing.
And if we do, we'll give you a shout out back. I also want to tell you about tomorrow's project because, you know, we started this last week and we didn't even know what we were doing, right? So now what we're doing is we decided we're doing it every day at 4 o'clock. And we have projects planned for the entire week. So tomorrow's project is going to look like
chalk
this.
pastel landscape, night landscape to be specific. And it's inspired by Peter Alexander.
And what materials are they going to need?
Well, you're going to need some black construction paper, a pencil, and some chalk pastels.
And some masking tape.
Yes.
If you have some low-tack masking tape, you can get
But
this
if you don't have
effect.
any masking tape, that's fine too. We just use it around the edges to give it a nice clean finish.
Yeah, so that's for tomorrow. I hope you join us again tomorrow.
Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to see more of our really cool live streams. And so you can look at all of our other videos, too.
And what else should they do? Keep
Keep making cool